Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Homeworld 3. Thank you, Gearbox, for sponsoring this video and giving me access to an early build of the game. Well, giving me access to a vertical slice of the new cooperative mode in the tutorial. That's what we've had a chance to play so far. For those uninitiated, Homeworld is one of my all-time favorite RTS titles. We've played every one of the games they've put out so far. Actually, the only thing I haven't played is Cataclysm, the expansion pack. We've played all the classics, the remastered, here on the channel, and I've covered the mods for the last 10 plus years. It was the first and one of the very few 3D space RTSs that actually took advantage of being in space with 3D environments. And it's one of the truly unique games in the genre with a compelling story in the campaign. Homeworld 1's main campaign still hits hard, and I highly recommend you check it out. Homeworld 3 will be focused on the Hagarans from the original game set 100 years after the disappearance of Fleet Command, exploring a new enemy, the Incarnate, another human faction who separated from the Hagarans long ago, and very little is known about their background. A mystery indeed. With the writer of Homeworld 1 and Cataclysm, Emergence, expansions behind the script for Homeworld 3, should be interesting. 100 years ago, Karen Sajet unlocked a vast and ancient hyperspace gate network that opened up the entire galaxy to trade and exploration. It turned out to be a golden age for her people, but a darkness known as the Anomaly started to spread, swallowing gates and planets alike. With her people's hard-won peace and prosperity threatened, Karen, aka Fleet Command from the original game, led her fleet into the Anomaly space in search for answers. She never returned. Now, Imogen Sajet, Karen's successor, holds the key to unlocking the mysteries that are threatening the galaxy. Now, with a new Fleet Command, Imogen Sajet, with a new mothership, she must investigate this mystery and deal with new threats facing the galaxy. All in all, I'm here for it. The new mothership looks fantastic, as we had a chance to see that in the tutorial I got to play. For those of you who are already writing angry comments about the non-vertical nature of the mothership, I made a comment about it when I was having a chat with Gearbox, and then they pointed out this little button. So, if you're, as the Gearbox team member said, Team Croissant or Team Banana, you can go with either. You just push this button, the ship will rotate. Also, since the game actually renders out full ballistics of each shot, where the ship is physically actually matters. So if you're worried about, say, a torpedo frigate of yours might start hitting your own ship, or you might want to use a megastructure around the map as cover, you can rotate the mothership to fit your needs. That's kind of cool. That's also something that's new here. These megastructures are all over the maps, the few maps that we got to play in the new cooperative mode, which I'm going to talk about. It'll be interesting to learn about them, hopefully when the full game releases, as these things are massive. And they do affect gameplay, offering cover, obscuring sensors, and opening up flanking potential. So let's get into the new cooperative roguelike multiplayer game mode that this demo really focused on. Now remember, this is an early look. The game isn't finished yet. War games.
Inside minimum.
Contact, strike craft. Engaging strike craft.
War games is a mode where you dive in with 3 friends and play through rounds on each run. You get a choice of artifacts, which are randomized upgrades to your fleet as you play, and I do mean you get to choose. As you complete or fail runs, you'll unlock different starting fleets to bring in with the other commanders. On the demo we get to play, there was a fighter focus, a recon focus, and then one all about bombers and torpedoes. One of them actually gave you more credits, but you had less starting ships. You basically just had scouts, so you got to really choose your own research at the start. But you didn't have anything at the start, you had to build that point. Working with your team to cover all the bases, the point all here is teamwork. Once you've chosen your starting fleet, painted up your little armada, selected your fleet's iconography, and you set off on your run of war games. Here, you'll hyperspace into the first of 3 maps. As of this demo, keep in mind the game's still being worked on, so most of this is likely to change. You show up with only a carrier. That's the focus here. Your main ship, you have to protect it, is the carrier.
Controller copies.
Sizable Incarnate forces incoming. They are pushing further into friendly space. Hagaran Command suspects there is an Incarnate base within this sector. Engage hostile forces and plot a route to their base of operations.
And anybody who's played Homeworld already knows this is going to limit your build options. In this, you're the commander of a much smaller battle group, meaning you have to work with the other players to succeed. You can play war games solo, and enemy numbers and strength will balance out to the number of players that are currently in the match, but it does feel like the funnest time is going to be multiplayer. Once on the map, it's time to get some resources coming in by sending your harvester out and start building up your persistent fleet. Objectives will randomly pop up around the map. Completing these objectives, like escorting refugee ships or securing a zone, will unlock artifacts, which you choose one of the 3 options that they give you to change how your fleet plays. On one run, I chose to increase my fighter build cap, and I picked up some speed for them in a later objective, meaning my strike fighters became my bread and butter.
Craft on approach. Meet them head on. Joining strike craft.
In another run, I had ion frigates with increased range, giving me a very sniper-focused fleet.
Ion frigate is ready. Adjust for target.
Ooh, nice. I've ordered my fleet to engage force projection. We're moving in now.
Positive lock. Hostile strike craft.
Oh, here goes the ions. Oh, I'm out too. I'm out too, but I got frigates for days. Let's beam the crap out of them. While in a region, enemies will continue to escalate in the lethality and the number of them that there are. So grabbing the resources and finishing your objectives quickly can be beneficial. Like classic Homeworld, you can stick around a region and continue to mine, but be warned, the enemy won't give up and will get stronger and stronger as time goes by. You can see it with that little bar going across the top left of the screen. So sometimes it's best to just slap that hyperspace button and move on to the next mission before you get wrecked.
We copy.
Between missions, like classic Homeworld campaigns, you keep your fleet makeup and artifact bonuses till you reach the final map.
Destroy the 3 enemy production bays. As long as the bays are functional, they will be able to provide reinforcements to the enemy.
On the final map, we found 3 objectives that needed to be captured, with only limited resources in sight. Effectively using the assets that we've managed to gather up for the entire run was key. If you're taking high numbers of losses, you won't have the force strength necessary to make it to the end. But playing too cautiously could have you and your team being overrun by a stronger enemy force, as hostile force strength gets stronger and stronger. All this culminates in an epic showdown with an enemy battle cruiser, the largest ship we've seen so far. Kind of feels like a boss fight. I love that friendly reinforcements do arrive, but to all of our collective sadness, it wasn't a Hungarian battlecruiser, but a destroyer. So your fleet's gonna have to pick up the slack. My first actual win of war games had me losing the entire battle group against the battlecruiser and its escorting enemy fighters, with my carrier using megastructures as cover as it ran for its life, just as the friendly reinforcement destroyer managed to get the last few shots in. This was so freaking close. Another set of torpedoes and missiles, my carrier was toast. Thankfully, it managed to outrun it and use that cover to its advantage.
Target corvette is listed. Take it off the board.
Once a run is finished, you'll get experience towards leveling up your commander rank and unlocking new starting fleet possibilities and possible bonuses that can spawn as artifacts in matches, increasing the potential build variety on each run to keep things fresh. All in all, this game has a lot of potential. I didn't expect a roguelike. This kind of came out of left field. And I hope they continue to expand it for release with a nice variety of objectives, maps, and of course, potential starting fleets and builds so players can have a truly unique set of roles to play off each other. If I'm gonna go heavy fighter screening and having a buddy able to focus on, say, anti-capital ship, or maybe I go mobility and he goes with really slow boat with heavy firepower or flexibility that can hold an objective, that's gonna be a lot of fun. The objectives in this demo were scout the periphery, secure an area, escort civilian convoy, assassinate a specific target, and assault and capture an area. For this demo, we only got to play as the Hagarians, but the Incarnate will be playable at launch, with their ships tending to be a bit more robust in their construction, but less versatile in terms of application, and chances are, I'm probably going to be playing with them, because I love their ship designs. They look very familiar. Okay, let's talk about modding. You know that's my jam, and Homeworld has always had a fairly strong modding community, even back in the original releases, way back in the day. Many I've covered for, I don't know how many videos for the last 10 years here on YouTube, so if you want to see some of those mods, just look up the XP Gamers, Homeworld, and the word mod, and you'll probably get a ton of videos. Modding support is confirmed. At launch, the devs will be providing tools to augment ships and create custom levels within the Unreal Game Editor, placing megaliths, resources, and other objectives to help design out the battlefield to share with the community. Here's a quote for you. "We know ships and level modifications are just the beginning, and we fully expect our community to quickly customize other aspects of the game as well." End quote. They're planning to have a partnership with the Mod.io ecosystem, so you'll be able to install mods quickly and easily right through the Homeworld 3 game client. They're also going to allow people to mod outside of Mod.io, which we'll get more information as they get closer and closer to launch on what the scope of modding will be and the possible tools. So I'll be keeping up with it. Right now, that's all we know. Overall, I'm excited for the future of Homeworld, and I look forward to stepping back into the universe for a new campaign, and even more excited for more multiplayer game modes. War Games was a surprise, and a welcome one. How do you make a cooperative Homeworld roguelike mode? It's very cool, and it very much fits within that early Homeworld 1 vibe of moving your built fleet from one objective to the next, except for now you're playing with friends, and the smaller scale means that you can all be the overall fleet, 3 commanders fighting the good fight. I just hope it gets the support it needs to be a mode that we keep coming back to and playing. Again, thank you Gearbox for sponsoring the video and giving me access, at least early access, to this sliver of the game, and I can't wait to play some more. All right, everyone, what are you looking forward to with Homeworld 3? What do you think of this roguelike? And if you had ideas for new objectives, what would they be? Hopefully we see a full set of tools coming out, so we start seeing total conversions and all the great stuff that if you look back at the library of Homeworld 1 and Homeworld 2 mods that have come out over the years, hopefully we see the same level of modding for Homeworld 3 when it drops. All right, everybody, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Enemy strike craft coming in fast. Target pick your target. Split!
Close rank too high.
Frank, good hit!
My name is Imogen Sajet. Now, I must be more than a scientist. I am Fleet Command.